From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Andrew Adams.
Yeah, some more picturesque storms yesterday evening in northern Oklahoma. Check out this supercell. You can see the wraparound inflow and spinning mesocyclone of the storm. Some real heavy rain curtains coming down in this storm as well. Some hail. We saw funnels later on. We got a video of that in just a second. Here's some of the hail slamming into the concrete, bouncing off of the grass and coming down at a pretty good clip. Not quite as big as what we saw Friday night. And here's that funnel shot from Marty Logan. So earlier videos from Val Castor and Amy Castor. Marty Logan got the funnel shot there and a nice view of a rainbow all before the sun went down. Things have changed a lot over the state since then, though. It's now nice and clear for the most part. We still got some lingering clouds on the horizon in Oklahoma City. If we switch over to Links 1, we can see that plain as day. There are some of those clouds. Downtown Oklahoma City looking nice. We're going to see that clear out, though. Already got some blue. You can kind of see it behind the banner. Blue sky peeking in. We're going to heat up because of that on American Fidelity Camera, Pike Pass Skycam Network. 69 degrees, the current temperature, and it's going to jump. That reading came in almost an hour ago from Will Rogers Airport. Look what the rest of central Oklahoma has done since then. We're gotten some mid-70s, 75 now in Midwest City. So at 7:53, we'll get a new reading in at the airport. I bet you anything that's going to be in the mid-70s, maybe 73, 75 degrees. We've got a wind out of the southeast for now. That's going to be for most of the day, and it's going to gust 10 to 20 miles per hour at times. That's going to heat us up. We're going to break a record this afternoon. 94, the forecast high. Record would be 90. I think we'll be able to do that with ease. Tomorrow, once we get this front through, a brief relief back into the low 80s, still above average, and then skyrocketing back into the mid-90s by Thursday, flirting with some more record highs potentially, and then going back down as we go through next weekend, maybe a little bit more of a stormier setup that gets more prolonged cloud cover that can help us be a little bit cooler, but that's not locked in at this point. What is more certain is a hot week ahead. Here's today's outlook. We got this area of low pressure, this front draped across Kansas. That's got some storms already going on, and they are drifting south. They're going to continue south through Kansas and then eventually into northeast Oklahoma. And they could be in our neck of the woods, but we're going to have to wait a while. Most of our Sunday is really nice. You're not going to have any issue going to church this morning, going to lunch. No problem. A lot of sunshine. It's once we get later into the afternoon. Here's 4 o'clock. Those showers and thunderstorms start to peak up along the Kansas-Oklahoma border in northeast Oklahoma and then into the Tulsa area between 4 and 6 o'clock. This is a new model run that came in since the previous half hour, by the way. This looks a little bit different. It's a little bit slower than that previous model run. So the timing on this has kind of shifted a couple times over the last 24 hours. Main timing for Oklahoma City, if we can get these storms far enough west, is going to be between, say, 7 and 9 o'clock. This particular progression kind of holds that still true with some lingering showers past 10 o'clock in southeast Oklahoma into the overnight. Maybe some extra rainfall could lead to a slight flooding risk down there, but not a major one. And then we're starting to clear things out as we go through the overnight. So we'll see if we can get them as far west as Oklahoma City. That's not a certainty, but there is a chance we could see them. But before that, again, it's all sunshine and heat. 94 this afternoon, triple-digit heat. Southwest Oklahoma, Clinton at 97, some upper 80s and low 90s in the north. And with that in mind, cars cook real quick. We can pretend 94 is 95. On a 95-degree day, it only takes 15 minutes for that interior of the car to get to 114 degrees. So just plain hot. Again, we're going lower end rain chances in Oklahoma City because it's going to depend on if we can get those storms that far west. Basically, the I-35 corridor is where that sharp drop-off gradient happens. It's going to be eastern Oklahoma that we see the more increased rain and storm chances. That's where we have our moderate risk for thunderstorms this afternoon, severe thunderstorms, a lower risk here in Oklahoma City. Large hail, damaging wind, hail up to maybe some golf balls out east. If we get the severe storms in Oklahoma City along the I-35 corridor, more like quarters expected out of some of those cells and maybe some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Whereas the farther east you go, the more certain that we look at severe storms, maybe some 70 or higher mile-per-hour gusts. And a very low tornado threat. Can't call it zero, but it is very low. And hopefully the clouds aren't too bad. Between 10:30 tonight and 11:53, complete lunar eclipse. That would be really cool to see overnight. Back into the low 60s, upper 50s to the north. And then again, we are cooking it this week. A lot of 90s on the board and not locked in, but keeping an eye on that pattern next weekend. Could be a little stormy.